very happy to share or to try to find words to describe my experience of my meetings with Dadi Prakashmani. When I came to the Brahma Kumaris, I was only 21 years old. It seems like I had already a full life, searching for purpose, meaningful ways of elevating myself, I guess. And when I understood the philosophy of the Brahma Kumaris, I felt that the potential was very, very, very high. And I believed in what the mind can achieve, what the heart could be, how we can remove human defects and achieve the highest expression of human nobility. But I was wondering if that was possible. And I was very fortunate that just a few months after being with the Brahma Kumaris in Montreal, we had the chance to welcome Dadi Prakashmani. How she came here, in the 80s, early 80s, we were just a few, but she flew from India, visited so many cities, took the time to come with other seniors to Montreal. And I was on the floor, sitting there, waiting for her. And I don't know what to expect. I was still having a bit of doubts on the organization. Were they real? Was it fake? Were they gurus, with a little bit of corruption somewhere? I wasn't sure, really. I was studying in sciences, so my mind was pretty rational. And when she walked by, I remember, I was 22 years old maybe, and she walked by, and I just felt immediately something, happened. And I remember the smell. She was not alone, and there was other people, but the smell in the room became like rose, the smell of roses. And I thought, naively as a young kid, I thought, you see, they are so pure. Even their bodies smell like roses. And later on I was told, Eric, you're not really getting it. Some of them use rose water, that's it. But I was really feeling like a goddess moved in the room. And immediately, I have to be honest, I just fell in love with her. She was like the representation of what I believed human being could be. The charisma, the personality, the love, the smile, the eyes, the purity, the friendship. She was the head of a big organization, and we were nobodies. We were just like lost cases somewhere in Montreal, and she was giving us time, energy. It was incredible. And because of her, I decided to go, of course, to the headquarters in India. And I've been there, 30, 40 times. And every year I will make a point, of course, to have personal meetings with her. And again, I'm not one of those who are in these very lucky close circles who can share very intimate stories and witness the magnitude of her greatness. But what I saw from my angle, from the angle that I could access, was an incredible person that changed my life completely. I would never be who I am today, very honestly, if it was not for Dadiji. She showed me what love is all about. And it came one day when, like every time she would give a class, I wanted to be in the front row. And it was in a fairly medium-sized hall in India, in the headquarters. Came very early, like 2 hours probably before the time, so I could be in the front row, sitting on the floor. And by the time it was the class was starting, they were pushing us to move forward, and all the time, because the hall was getting packed. And so I was being pushed to go so close that I was almost touching the couches where Daddy G and others would be sitting. I didn't know if she would be sitting near me or on the other side of the room. I was just, taking a guess. I was in the front row. And by the time she walked in with many other seniors, I was the lucky one. That was my day. I probably picked the right lottery on that day. She sat right in front of me. And we had to really squeeze so for her even to put her legs in between me and her. And by the end, I couldn't even hold my legs anymore. I was almost touching her. Her face was just barely a meter away from me. And the way they start always those sessions is by looking at everyone in silence. And her vision, we call it drishti, spiritual vision, is so out of this world. It's completely out of this world. And normally she scans the whole room, and it's a way to say hello and greetings and silence and connecting with the soul. But she started looking at me, and I felt so happy that she was so close, to me. But for the whole song that they were playing before the class, she didn't look around at all. I was a lucky number. That was my day. So she just looked at me for the whole song, 5 minutes, probably, something like that. My heart, I thought, was going to explode and jump out of my chest. There was energy in the room, like I cannot describe it. It was, powerful energy. There was a light. I could see her face, but it was fading away. I could see the eyes, the current that is coming. And she was just gazing at me all the time with this powerful look. And my eyes were in tears, there was tears of love or joy coming in my face. And she was just looking at me. She never looked at anyone else. The light turned on, and she was looking at me and doing like this, like, did you get it? Did you get it? And, the thought that came to my mind at the time, I remember so clearly as if it was yesterday, and it was probably 95, 86, something like that. The thought came to me saying, Eric, this was love. Now you know what love is. This was love, pure love, perfect love, divine love. You got it? That was yours. And I was so happy, and I realized the connection with her was incredible. I would have, tens of stories like this to share, every time I would meet, and we would meet. I was rarely alone, but when we would meet Daddy G, it was never ordinary. Either playing with her in a park, badminton or cricket, dancing with her. How many times we danced with her. One day I complained to her that only women were getting hugs from her, and it was not fair. She just grabbed me like this, and she was sitting and she grabbed me like that, pulled me towards her, and I just fell on her. And she hugged me, for such a long time, patting me on the back, saying, such a good brother. I cannot tell, honestly, how she brought into my life, I would say, the light of a lighthouse. She defined for me what the human love could be when it becomes divine. She defined what rich, beautiful, colorful, complete personality can be in life. She defined what purity is in a physical body, in a physical world. And she defines what energy of God can be when it's being transmitted between human beings. I miss her terribly all the time, and until I was asked, to share, I realized that I never realized that I have pictures of her in every room of my apartment. So I guess I must have a little bit of attachment. But there's a picture of her in the living room, in the office, in the kitchen, in my bedroom, and she's like my big grandmother, and my mother, of course, but mostly like a big grandmother. I feel her presence from time to time, and will never thank her enough for showing me the path, of knowing where I'm going. So there's very few words that can be used to describe these moments. They will remain as unique moments in my life. I will always remember going in early morning before class, meeting her in a room, and I was sometimes actually the only man going there. I almost felt I should put a little wig and disguise myself, because mostly women were going into her room in the morning, and she still, no, Eric, come. And she would be combing her hair, fixing her sari, and I would just walk in the room, and just a few of us, and she will give us totally those little sweets, blessing, and tell us the essence of the class. But the way she would speak to us, I don't remember anyone in my life giving me that kind of respect, that kind of regard. And so forever, she is probably the reason why I'm still here, 35 years later, knowing that this gap that I felt in the beginning between my lower little being, starting on the spiritual journey, and the goal of becoming one with a personality that is reflecting God's personality, I know now this gap can be reduced. So yes, we'll never have enough gratitude for this spiritual giant that is really, really an amazing soul I will never forget. So thank you for giving me the opportunity of sharing. And I just wish I could snap the finger and bring her back right in front of you, so everyone can experience that love from Dadi Prakashmani. So greetings to everyone. Om Shanti.